Hello everyone and welcome to the YouTube channel of Being ACCA. This is Tushita Gupta, ACCA affiliate, and in this video we're going to be talking about how you can clear your ACCA F6 taxation exam. So primarily I'll be talking about the UK variant because that's the variant that I studied and appeared for. However, this is like general advice and can be useful for other variants also. So even if you're appearing for another variant, do make sure that you watch the video till the end. Now, talking about what are the things that you should keep into your mind while you are preparing and ultimately attempting your exam. So first of all, it is very important that you understand what all forms a part of your syllabus. So if I talk about a few topics that immediately come to my mind which I've studied, so it was income tax for individuals, there was income tax for partnership firms, there was corporation tax, there was inheritance tax, there was VAT, there was NICs, which talked about national insurance contributions, there was capital gain tax. So all of these taxes like so. Then one more chapter which pertained to compliance and administration basically talked about the last dates, like the deadlines which are there in the UK for the people to file so and so returns. So in the exams, it so happens that sometimes you do get asked that this is the company, this is the return that they are wanting to file. So what is the last date by which they can file this return? So make sure that you remember those dates. I know this can be tricky, this can be confusing in your mind to remember so many dates, but make sure that since the beginning you are listing it down in one list and then revising that list over and over again until the entire duration of your preparation. The next thing which is very important to keep in your mind is the fact that the taxation syllabus is set with the whatever rules and regulations are passed by the finance acts which are passed in the UK. So every year there's a new act, every year the rates, the allowances get changed. So it is very important that perhaps if this is the time period that we're talking about, 2024, the Finance Act 2023 has been passed, and all of your examination settings will be evaluating you on those rules and regulations. So make sure you're not using any outdated books or kits. Make sure that you get your hands onto the latest study materials. Then the third thing which I want to emphasize is the importance of having a study plan. So it may sound like very kiddish, or we are professionals now, we don't really need a plan, but trust me, everyone needs a plan. You can create your own plan. You know how many hours you can devote, how much time a topic will probably take you, what are your strong areas, what can you cover quickly, what will take you more time. So just keep a plan in your mind. Whatever date you're starting your preparation from till the date of your exam, list down the number of days and divide all of the portions which you have to cover in those days, and make sure that you're sticking to that plan. If you're not so good at the planning part of it, we at Being ACCA also provide planners. So if at all you want some help with it, you can definitely DM us. Our DMs are always open on Instagram at Being ACCA. So talking about the next thing which I have to tell you is about it is very important that while you're covering the syllabus, make sure that you're understanding the tax principles, laws and regulations. The taxation paper is entirely based on just knowing the rules and being able to apply those rules to the questions. So make sure that whenever you're covering your syllabus, you are paying attention to how these principles, the taxation laws, the taxation rules are put into force. Maybe you know the concept, but you're not able to apply it. So then you will face difficulty in the exam ultimately. So it is very important that you understand all of these things well. Then the next thing which can really help with what I was talking about is question practice. So as soon as you have finished, let's suppose 1 chapter, 2 chapter, 3 chapter, make sure that you're also practicing questions from the same. Study Hub is a useful resource. You can also use the kits, whichever one you like. So make sure that you're also doing your question practice simultaneously, side by side, so that the concepts which you're learning also get etched into your mind and how you have to actually apply them to the questions. It'll also be very useful if you do some part of your past paper practice on the ACCA CBE practice platform. What happens is that you get used to using the tables which are provided on the platform, which you ultimately have to use in your real exam also. And yeah, you get more familiar with the software. So that's the basic agenda why we tell to practice past papers on the on the practice platform. Then the next thing would be that if at all in any point of your preparation you feel that you want guidance, do not hesitate from asking for guidance. You may take mentorship, you may even you can join student community groups where self-studying students are put together in one group. They discuss their doubts. Maybe one person does not understand anything but the other one has got that concept, the other one explains that to him. So this is how student communities also really help each other understand the concepts. And guidance whenever you think is needed, you should definitely not hesitate and go ahead and seek the guidance, because it's better to ask rather than suffering yourself alone. So this was about seeking guidance. Then another thing that I would like you to take care of is your time management. We have 100 marks of paper, and 180 minutes is the time that we essentially have. So it basically translates to 1.8 minutes per mark. So make sure that you're not overspending your time on one question. Even while you're practicing the questions, make sure that you time yourself so that you're putting yourself in the habit of actually being able to solve the questions within the allowed time frame. So this is what I would like to tell you all about time management. Then another thing which is very super important when it comes to the preparation of any ACCA exam is the mock exams. Make sure that you're attempting enough mock exams, let's suppose 2 or 3 at the minimum, and at least one should be evaluated by an expert tutor. If you have a tutor, you're taking classes, definitely get it evaluated from them. Otherwise, there are also people who offer one-off services where they just check your mocks if you're a self-study student. So but please make sure that you're getting at least one mock evaluated by someone else. The other two can definitely be self-evaluated. Then talking about the last point which I have to tell over here is that please ensure that you are reviewing and revising your syllabus. Taxation is a lengthy paper. One more suggestion would be to start on time, because there's a lot to cover. Even though it's not difficult, it's just that the volume of content is high. It's easy content but big content to cover. So make sure that you're starting on time, and make sure you're also allocating. This also links to the point that I was talking about, the study plan. Make sure that while you're planning your studies, you're allocating enough time for yourself to revise the concepts as well. And try to make your own handwritten notes, because once notes are something which you are which you have made yourself, it becomes a more of a recall factor that you have while revising the notes. So make sure that you are putting in ample time for your reviewing and revision. All the very best. If you have any queries, please feel free to reach out to us. Our DMs are always open on Instagram @BeingACCA. Thank you so much. I'll catch you in the next video.